What's up, guys? My name is Gabe, and for the next month, I'm going to be watching one movie every single day. For today's movie, I watched the film Mad Max Fury Road. This came out in 2015, and it was directed by George Miller, who directed all the other Mad Max movies. There's a trilogy that came out in the 80s, directed by George Miller, that starred Mel Gibson, and I haven't seen those ones yet, but I have seen Fury Road before, the one I just rewatched. I just wanted to rewatch it in order to be up to date so that I could watch Furiosa, which just came out and released on Max. So I really wanted to watch that one. It's been a few months since I last saw Fury Road, and so I just wanted to rewatch it. I wanted sort of a chill day with my watch list. My impressions on this movie are just that it's really a fun watch. For me, the story's not there at all, to be honest. In terms of just like narrative and what's going on in the plot, it's sort of hard to follow because the movie's so visually, it's visually just interesting to watch. It's very explosive and there's a lot of cool moving parts and cool parts of the set, which I'll get into. But in terms of the story, yeah, there wasn't much there. I think the main premise is that it's sort of like a tribe of people living in anarchy out in Australia. It seems to be sort of like a Nuketown kind of setting. Their economy is centered around fuel, like gasoline, and big trucks that they build and mod out. And so there's like a whole hierarchical system in this universe. This one caravan goes to get another refuel on gas, and the character Furiosa goes off on her own to go join sort of another tribe of people, and Max is just a prisoner that they capture with them. So yeah, it's kind of hard to follow the story. It's a little weird, but the thing I want to talk about the most is just how stunning the movie looks. It's shot in a way that is very, very colorful. Like the color scheme is interesting. It's very like sandy and blue sky, so it's a lot of like really bright colors, like bright yellows, bright blues, and it's very fast paced. Like a lot of it takes place along the caravan with just the trucks and the big cars that they mod out just like flying by and kind of attacking one another almost like pirates. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool like action moments in the film. It's just a really enjoyable film to watch if you're into like fast-paced action movies, and if you're able to kind of look past the fact that there's really not too much of a plot there. Yeah, it's just pure entertainment, which is something to be said for movies like that. And I really think Tom Hardy did a great job playing Max, who's the main character. He's a very like physical performer, and it seems like he did a lot of his own stunts. He seemed to know how to play the role right. He knew that it wasn't going to be like a necessarily acting heavy film, but more of like a physical film, more of like an action blockbuster. So I really did like his role. Overall, I just enjoyed watching this. I don't have too much else to say. The storyline was hard to follow for me. It's my second time watching it, and I still didn't really pick up on some of the plot points, I don't think. I was more just really interested in watching the practical effects and the really awesome visuals that were in the film. Like I said, like a lot of the scenes in the film were made possible by practical effects. So they have this guy who's playing a huge guitar like rigged up on this moving truck, and the guitar is like shooting out fire while he's playing. Apparently all of that was real. It was done with real practical effects. So it's just really cool to think about that. All the makeup looked amazing, like the costumes and makeup, the designs of the cars and the trucks. Everything was very unique to the movie, which I think is awesome. It was just so creative, like George Miller really was able to construct this whole world and just have it feel like really lived in. It felt just kind of real. Overall, it just was cool to watch, like I said. So yeah, I was impressed just by the production of the film more than anything, and just really enjoyable to watch. So overall, I would give this film probably an 8 out of 10. I think that it deserves that rating just because of how much work went into the production, and I think it really shows in the quality of the film. So I'll check back in if I end up watching Furiosa this month, but there's Mad Max Fury Road. I'll check back in for what film I decide to watch tomorrow. Thanks.